Welcome to episode 2 of Brawlin at Barliman's. Lords and heroes from across Middle Earth will clash, but there can only be one winner.
Welcome to Brawl at Barliman's, the new Middle Earth SBG Deathmatch.
In our Middle Earth SBG Deathmatch, we'll pit two heroes against each other to see who will be the victor.
We want to see your pairings of who you'd like to see battle it out at Brawl at Barliman's. Put your comments below.
Our Middle Earth SBG Deathmatch series will have some important rules. Rule number 1, our opposing heroes must start 12 inches away from each other. Rule number 2, both heroes must come with all of the war gear options that they can take, with the exception of the fact that if both heroes can take a mount or a horse, they must do the duel on foot. And rule number 3, at our Brawl at Barliman's Deathmatch, heroic strikes will be allowed, but only on D3.
In this matchup today, we have the High King of the Elves, Gilad, against the Dark Lord Sauron.
So what is a very themed Brawling at Barliman's episode? We've got the High King of the Elves, Gilad, so strong in so many areas, who is actually at a bit of a disadvantage going into this fight. He's less than half the points cost of Sauron. But one strength he definitely does have is that he can go into this matchup on his horse to get that +1 attack. And if he does do that as a 3 attack hero, he'll be rolling more dice to win the fight than even the Dark Lord himself. And for fighting skill, he matches Sauron fight value for fight value at an impressive fight 9. And should he manage to win a fight against Sauron, he does have his mighty Aeglos spear, which means that he will get +1 to wound, so even with Sauron's terrific defense, he'll be wounding him on 5s and 3s instead of 6s by 4s. And he also causes terror. Now this may make no difference with Sauron being such high courage, but in the off chance that Sauron does roll a double 1 to charge him, it is going to affect Sauron's spellcasting ability.
The huge advantage that Sauron has going into this fight is that he's an awesome spellcaster and he has a huge array of spells. And that cocktail of spells can really put the hurt in on Gilad. Sauron is a high fight 3 attack hero, but on the off chance that he does lose one of these combats, he is defense 10 and he has 5 wounds. And in the off chance that Sauron is reduced to 0 wounds, he does carry the 1 ring. Which means on a roll of 2 or more, the power of the ring sustains him and he's left on the table with 1 wound. And when Sauron's winning these combats, he's strength 8, so he's wounded even Gilgalad with a shield on 4s.
So nothing left to do but to get outside Barliman's and get this fight started.
Gilad versus the Dark Lord Sauron.
So here we are outside the pub for our second ever Brawling at Barliman's, and of course we've got Gilad, the High King of the Elves, there on his horse, which of course is in the FAQ, which he does get to take in this matchup since Sauron doesn't have a mount option. He also gets to take a shield, but it makes no difference here. And of course across him, 12 inches away, as per the rules of Brawling at Barliman, is the Dark Lord Sauron. Here we go. Let's start round 1. So we do need to roll for round 1 priority. Remember, as you look at it on the screen, that is the size of our board. White dice, of course, for the good, who I'm representing, and black dice for evil. Good luck, Steve.
Here we go.
Oh, and priority is going to go
Select 6.
to Sauron. And I am not going to call anything.
Okay, well, what Sauron is going to do, he's going to move his full move.
So moving full move to 6 inches.
And he's going to cast. And he's going to cast Sap Will. And he's going to use his free one.
So just a free one for Sap Will. Now he casts this on a 3+, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so just using his free one, casting Sap Will on a 3+.
Oh.
And he rolls a 1. I'm guessing he won't be using 2 now to do that.
No.
So with that will end Sauron's move, and I'm going to be bold with Gilad. I think it's going to be the only way to get in on him. Remember, just like in the last episode, do get into the comment section and let us know whether you would have done anything differently in these Brawling at Barliman's matchups. So Gilad is going to attempt to charge in. Now Sauron is terrifying, and he also has Ancient Evil, which means that it's -1 courage. So Gilad is currently courage 6, which means he needs to roll a 4 or more, which he loves, and he's going to do that. So he does manage to get in. And of course, we're now going to have that epic combat. We are going to have that epic combat. So Gilgalad, since he has charged in, he is going to use a point of might, and he's going to use a point of might to heroic strike, which means he'll definitely be going to 10. So he uses that.
I'm going to counter.
You're going to use a point of might to counter?
Yep.
Good stuff. So now that you have declared that, of course, just to explain to you guys, the reason I've done that is I want to try and get Sauron's might down, because if I do manage to cause the wounds, we are playing it that he can might up that one ring roll. That's how I've played it in the past, how I've played it at tournaments. So we'll both go to fight 10 regardless. So let's see, what does the Dark Lord Sauron get with his 3 dice? And he does get the 6. And what does Gilgalad get with his 4? Oh, the 6 is cocked. The 6 is cocked. Can he get the 6 on the 1 dice? Oh, he does. He does. So we are matched. Now, priority was to the Dark Lord Sauron. So on a 1 to 3, this goes to Sauron, but on a 4 to 6, it's going to go to Gilgalad. And it goes to Sauron. So Gilgalad is going to back away an inch, and you do have 3 attacks. Now, of course, Sauron does have the unstoppable rule, but that's only really worth it if you've got more than 4 monsters surrounding you. Okay, so you've got 3 here. What are you going to go all for Gilgalad, or are you going to strike his horse, or what are you going to do?
His horse I'd be wounding on...
Well, your strength 8, so you need 3s on the horse.
I'll do 1 on the horse first.
1 on the horse, needing 3s. And you get it. So we are going to roll a Throne Rider for Gilgalad straight away, so he's lost that benefit, but he's absolutely fine. So we're going to replace that foot model. There we go, like so, and you strike again.
So these both on the go. Need 4s.
And you need 4s with these 2 to wound Gilgalad. So 1 not, and the other one
no.
Not. Do you want to use 2 points of might?
No, I'm not going to use any might.
You're not going to use the might?
No.
Okie dokie. So there we go. So unscathed, Gilgalad has lost his horse, so he's not going to get that +1 bonus now. So we do need to roll for turn 2 of round 1's priority. Remember, this is a best of 3 matchup. Make sure you have put in the comments below who you think will win. Here we go. Priority. 4 for Sauron. 4, and it's going to go to Gilgalad. Are you going to call anything?
No.
Okay, so Gilgalad is going to attempt to charge in, and he's got -1 here, so again, courage 6, and he's fine, he loves it. So he's going to get himself in like so, and it's going to be the 3 dice each, and I am going to I'm not going to this time.
No, I'm not going to call it.
You're not going to call it?
No.
Okay, so here we go. You're going to roll your dice first. The Dark Lord rolls, and he sets the bar out. A mighty. Oh, he gets double 6s in there, so can Gilgalad match that? He does, he does. So we've got to roll off now. It was my priority this time. So will it go the way of Gilgalad? On the roll of a 4 to 6, it will. It's a 4. So we do have a 4. So it's going to go to Gilgalad. So Sauron loses the fight, and he is going to back away 1 inch. So because of Agos, which I think is how you spell it, but do correct me in the comment section below if you don't. He gets +1 to his dice roll here. So strength 4 versus defense 10 is actually 6s by 5. 6s by 5s. It doesn't go up and escalate in the same kind of way that normal wound chart does. Because of the +1, he is going to need 5s by 4s rather than 6s by 5s. So he's got 3 dice here. Let's see, how many can we get? So he's got 2 so far. And now we need to roll 4s. Okay, so 4s to get the wounds. Oh, and it's not good. So 2 highs. We need to try and wound. Okay, so we're going to go into turn 3 of round 1. Who's going to get it? It's a 3, and it's a 6. It's going to go to Gilgalad. Are you going to call anything?
Nope.
You're not going to call anything. So Gilgalad is going to attempt to charge in. He's -1, remember, and he makes it just. Okay, and he does get in like so. So far he's doing quite well to negate the spell casting of Sauron. Sauron's going to roll his dice, and he's going to set the bar. Oh, he gets a 6, 2 1s and a 6. He's loving the 6s, but so does Gilgalad. Oh, no, he doesn't.
2 points of might?
No, Gilgalad is going to need that might, and since you can't kill him. So, let's see. So you've got 3 strikes on him here. You will need 4 pluses.
Yep. Oh, come on! You know what, I'm going to use 2 points of might.
So you're going to take yourself out of might?
Yes.
Wow.
Doing it.
He's going for it. 2 points of might, and Gilgalad is going to take those 2 wounds.
So you got 1 wound, 1 fate?
1 wound, 1 fate left. Gilgalad backs away.
Yes.
You are now mightless. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. What do you get? You get the 6. Does that mean it goes to you?
Yes, you're last time.
Yeah, so it goes to you, and so I've got 2 points of might still. Yeah. I'm going to call a heroic move because I need to protect against the.
Magic.
In fact, no, I'm not. I'm not going to call it. I'm going to leave it for now because I've got all of my will remaining at the moment.
Okay. On the way in, I'm going to transfix you.
Yeah.
I'll transfix on 2.
So you're just going to use.
I'm going to use 1 from the store.
And a free one as well.
Yeah, just to be sure.
Just to be sure here. So here we go. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Oh, you roll a 6. So Gilad is going to use all of his will. He's going to use all his will and he's going to try and resist. And he gets it. He resists just. So because you're charging in, remember he does cause terror. So anything but double 1.
Yeah.
And you love it. So you do manage to get in on Gilad. So yeah, I've got 2 might left, haven't I? I've got 2 might left. Okay. I'm going to call. I think I'm going to have to.
You may as well.
To call a heroic strike.
Yeah, you may as well.
Which means I will go to 10.
Yeah.
And then you're lower fight value as Sauron and you're out of might now, so what do you get? Let's see.
Come on. Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness, more 6s in the fight. Can I match it and win on fight value? No. Do I use that last point of might? I think I do. So I'm going to use that last point of might. So, unfortunately now Gilad is going to be at the mercy if he's not winning these priorities. So you back away an inch. Good. And I take it on fight value. So, as we said before, it would be 6s by 5s, but it's now 5s by 4. So we want to see all 5s or 6s here. And we get 2, that's good. That's the same as last time, which is pretty strong. And now we want to see 2 4 pluses. Well, I didn't get a single one last time, so this is balancing out the universe to get both of them now. And we get 1. So 1 wound, which means that Sauron is going to be down to 4 wounds.
Yep.
So far, it's taken Gilad all of his might to get that 1 wound down. We need to roll for priority. It's really important that Gilad gets these now.
Come on, mate.
If you roll a 5, it's strong.
That'll do.
I get a 3, it's going to go to you. Oh no, so Gilgad's probably going to be in a bit of trouble now.
I'm going to, on the way in, you're out, you used all your will, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm just going to transfix.
And
I'm going to use, I'm going
2?
to, yeah, just to be sure again. I've got it, so I may as well use it, yeah. So you're going to
do
use
this on a 2 plus, yeah?
2 plus. Just to be
Thank
sure.
goodness, just to be sure. Now you need to roll the same again to fail your courage test now, that's what we want.
No.
No, you love it. So you do get in on Gilad. We're matching fight value.
Yeah.
So I'm going to set the bar this time since you've been rolling so many 6s. And I set the bar with a 6, okay? So what do you get? Oh, and Gilad gets it. Ooh. You back away an inch. Okay, so remember 5s by 4s. That's cocked. Here we go. So I've got 1 so far. 2. So 2 again. So doing well on that first part. We want to get both of them here now. 4 pluses. Oh, it's double 6s. 2 more wounds. Ooh. And Sauron's down to 2 wounds. Now remember, he does have the 1 ring. But Steve has used all of his might in round 1, which means that he's not mighting up if he gets the 1. He's been brave in that regard, which is probably the cool way to do it. So down to 2 wounds with Sauron. Let's roll for priority.
I need this.
Oh, it's strong. Another 5. Hotcakes Gaming 6 does it. Okay, so here we go. Courage test to get in on Sauron from Gilgalad. Loves it. Absolutely loves it. He gets himself in. Now remember, if he had failed that, he wouldn't have had any will to do anything about it. So we do have the fight here. I'm going to set the bar for you again because that worked better for me last time. So here we go. Gets the 6.
Sauron gets 6.
6 as well. So it will be the roll off. Now it was my priority.
Yes.
It was my priority. So on a 1 to 3, this goes to Sauron. On a 4 to 6, it goes to the Dark Lord. And it goes to Gilgalad. He takes it. So he's got an opportunity to kill here. He's got an opportunity to kill. So he's got 3 dice here. Sauron is going to back away an inch. He's got 3 dice here, and again, he needs. We want to see at least. Well, we want all of them really. Okay, so 5 pluses here. We get 1, so we're not going to kill him. And we've got a 50-50 chance of taking him down to 1 wound with Gilgalad, who's putting up a brave fight, it has to be said.
He is, yeah.
Oh, it is a Hotcakes Gaming 6. Sauron has been reduced to a single wound, so we currently have Gilgalad on a single wound but 1 fate. He's out of will though, so it's very much down to him getting these priorities or Sauron failing courage test, which isn't really going to happen. He needs this.
Yep.
I think for Gilgalad to have a chance here, he needs a perfect chain of events, which involves Sauron losing priority, him managing to get in,
Get a 6, win the roll.
get in, to get a 6, win the roll off, to then wound you, and then you to roll the 1.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go.
Sauron gets
a 2 for priority. It's not strong.
Ooh.
Oh
Better than that.
no!
Oh, yeah!
It's better than the 1. There's a choke there.
Right.
There's a choke. Okay, so you've got an opportunity here, but if you roll 1s again, you're not going to transfix him.
2 dice transfix.
Just 2?
Yep.
Okay, you get it. So he's transfixed, and I don't think he's not resistant to magic or anything. If you go and see our rules we'd like to see, we definitely think some big heroes like this that resistance to magic should be included a bit more, but you do need to roll your courage test.
Yes, he does.
So double 1s here would be nice. No, you do get in, you love it. Okay, so we've got a transfixed Gilad. Now Gilad is of course lower fight value. He's only going to be rolling 2 dice here. What's he going to set the bar at? A 6, and you not rolling the 6 would be grand. 4s, that's not strong. You got 3 dice. 3 highest, please, Steve. You did manage it for Goblin King. And you get a 4 highest. You are going to get that. So it's 4 pluses here.
Yep.
If you get 2, you guarantee to slay him and to take this match up 1-0 in the first round.
Are you ready? Let's do it.
Oh. So Gilad must pass his fate. He must pass his fate, which he has. He passes his fate.
So next wound kills.
Next wound kills on either way, really.
Yep.
As long as you roll a 1 on the 1 ring roll. Okay, so let's roll for priority. Very important. We'll let you set the bar. Come on, Gilad. Everyone's cheering. A 2. You did this last time I rolled a 1, but I'm quite happy that I'm going to get a 2 plus it. Scarily built up there. Okay, so I've got my courage test to get in. Loves it. And he gets himself in. Okay, so we're matching fight value, remember. I'm going to set the bar for you. Yep. Works better that way. Oh no, it's a 3 highest from the High King.
Oh, God.
I saw the 4 plus last. Okay, so you do get that. Okay, so you've got just need to get 1 4 plus.
4 plus.
With 3 dice. Should do it.
Let's do it.
And you do it. And unfortunately, Gilad in round 1 is slain. And round 1 does go to Sauron the Dark Lord.
Round 2. Fight.
Gilad put up a great fight in round 1, but his bravery wasn't enough. Will he be able to do the same in round 2? Let's roll for round 2, first turn priority. You get a 3. You get a 4, it's going to go to Gilad. Are you going to call anything?
No, you have it.
I can have it, that's great news. So I am going to move to... I am going to... Do you know what? This is an epic matchup. So we're 12 inches away from each other at the moment. I'm going to move 7 inches, like so. So you can't charge me, but that's where we're going to go to. So remember, you know, they're outside the pub. They're having it large, aren't they?
Yeah. It's a brawl. It's not a standoff.
It's a brawl, not a standoff.
So Sauron is going to move his full 6.
So again, it's going to come off to roll off, as a lot of these are going to when it comes to casters in particular.
And he's going to cast Sap Will.
So you sap Will.
And I'm going to Sap Will. I'm not going to take any risk this time. I'm going to use 1 from his store.
And a free 1.
And a free 1.
So 2 dice here, you do it on a 3 plus?
Sap Will is 3 plus.
3 plus.
Smashed it.
And you get it on a 6. Now, Sap Will, it removes, is it D3?
D3 plus 1.
D3 plus 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to use 2 here. There's no point using 3 because otherwise they're all gone. Do you know what? We're going to try and... should we try and 1 dice it? No. We're going to use 2 dice here, need a 6. We don't get it. We get a 4. We're not going to be using our might to do that. So D3. He is now out of will, which means we need to roll for turn 2 priority. So here we go.
Sauron gets... Oh, it's a big 1.
It's a big 1, which means... No, it doesn't. It goes to me. Are you going to call a heroic move or anything?
I am going to call a heroic move. I am, yes.
You're going to call a heroic move, which means that Gilad will have to counter. On a 4 to 6, Gilad will win the roll off and avoid being transfixed. Here we go. Oh, he rolls a 1, so the roll off is going to go to Sauron.
Sauron is going to use 1 from his store.
So Gilad down a might and Sauron down a might.
Yeah. Sauron's going to use 1 from his store and his free 1 to cast Transfix.
Yep, so we want to see double 1s here. No, so Gilad is now transfixed. Now you do have to roll courage test to try and get in here.
Yeah.
Double ones. Oh, you just make it in. Good job, your courage 7. So you do make it in here. Now I've only got 2 dice in this instant because I am transfixed. So let's set the bar and see if we can maybe use some might. Double 6 is strong. Okay, so let's see what you get here. No 6s. No 6s.
I'm going to use a point of might.
So you're going to use a point of might.
So I'm down to 1 left.
So you're down to 1 left here, okay. So that does mean that Gilgalad loses that fight. He's going to back away an inch.
Yep.
And you're going to strike his horse first?
I'm going to strike his horse first.
Striking his horse first, needing a 3+. Gets it. He's going to front rider. He's fine. So we come back in like so. And of course he's still immobilised, so we'll put this marker on. Remember, if you want to get hold of any of these markers, do email toptablewargaming@gmail.com. Okay, and you're going to do 2 strikes on Gilgalad, needing 4s.
Oh, that's good.
Get 2. And Gilgalad is going to just take 2 of the wounds. He's going to take 2 wounds. So immobilised is going to come off there, and we're going to roll for the next turn priority. Let's see what we can get. Sauron gets a 5. And it's only a 3 from Gilgalad. Gilgalad is going to call a heroic move.
And Sauron will counter with his last.
Okay, so on a 1 to 3 from you, it goes to you. But on a 4 to 6 to the mighty Gilgalad. It goes to Sauron. So on your way in, you're going to cast.
Yeah, transfix.
1 2
from the
dice.
store, yeah.
And 2 pluses. Gets it. It's 2 pluses, isn't
yes,
it? Yeah.
just.
Oh wow. An encourage test to get in on Gilgalad. So a bit more straightforward on this one, it seems. But will Gilgalad come back?
Yeah,
You do manage to get yourself in. Gilgalad's got 2 dice. Is he going to force you to? Are you out of might?
Might now, yeah.
So we get 6 here. We want to keep you away. Oh, get a 3 highest. That's not strong. Just do it. I've got 1 point of might left.
Yes, you have, yeah. You going to use it?
To save his skin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, going to use it, because if you cause 2 wounds, which with 3 dice you very well may do, he would lose this deathmatch. So he's going to do that. He did lose the fight, so he backs away an inch, and we've got priorities. It's very important that Gilgalad gets one of these priorities. Here we go. Who's it going to go to?
Oh.
Sam gets a 6. A 6 here will do it for Gilgalad. And it's only a 3. This is terrible news. So,
Same again.
same again.
One
You're
from
only
the
going to use 2 or
store.
you're going to use more?
No, 1 from the store.
Okay.
No, it's free 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so transfixed, immobilised Gilgalad once again, and courage test, double 1s please. No, double 6s, it's the opposite. So Sauron gets himself in. So needing 4 pluses, you've got 3 dice here, needing 4 pluses. If you get 2 here, you will kill him.
So dual roll.
So dual roll first though. Oh, that's what's happened. Sauron has got his dice into my dice pile. Okay, here we go. 4 highest, so you roll a 3 highest. Oh, it's wonderful news! Wonderful news. So, Sauron backs away, the immobilised template comes off, and we need to roll for priority. Who's it going to go to? Oh, it's a 4.
Come on, Sauron. Oh, it was on a 5 and it
for
rolled.
that. So here we go. Can Gilgalad start chipping away at those 5 wounds of Sauron? Courage test, remember at -1. He doesn't do it, he's out of will. He stays where he is, because of course at this moment he's no longer courage 7, he's courage 6 because of ancient evil.
So Sauron,
Oh gosh.
he's now going to cast transfix using 1 from the store and he's free 1 again.
Yeah, makes sense. Loves it. Courage test.
Smashed it again.
Smashed it.
Yeah, that's not a good
Yeah.
sign. I got double 6 on the courage test last time.
Here we go.
Dual roll.
So dual roll, we're going to set the bar, I'm going to get 6, so you can't kill me. Oh, 3 highest. Oh, Sauron loves it. 2, but
4s. 2.
you do it. There are 2 4s there, and unfortunately, Gilgalad has been slain. It does mean that Sauron, rather predictably perhaps, although quite interesting to watch, in what is an epic matchup between 2 of the great heroes of Middle Earth. As per canon, as per lore, Sauron has taken the matchup with 2 to nothing. And that is what we're going to see at the end of this game. Poor Gilgalad burst into flames. Let's go. Let's go into that post-Brawlin at Barliman's Back Red Breakdown.
Sauron victory.
Welcome to the post-Brawlin at Barliman's Breakdown, and it was Sauron versus Gilgalad, and it was a grisly end for the High King of the Elves. How did you think that go? Did it go the way that you expected?
It did. I've never used Sauron before, so
He's great fun.
Yeah, he is fun. I was a bit unfamiliar with him. I mean, it was a slight mismatch, but it's Gilgalad v Sauron. It's just what people wanted to see.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And it went the way that I thought it was going to go, to be honest.
Absolutely, it was always going to be a tough gig for Gilgalad. However, in that first matchup, he actually did really well. He got Sauron down to a single wound.
He did.
You know, a single wound, and he did have a couple of opportunities. He did win a fight earlier on in that matchup where he had an opportunity to wound. He had 2 dice. He had 3 dice to do it, and he only rolled. He didn't get any wounds.
No.
He didn't get any wounds at all. So it was always going to be really tough for him. It was always going to come down to those roll-offs as well. It was quite interesting. My goal really was to try and get you to use your might, so I was quite liberal with it. That was the strategy, whether rightly or wrongly, do comment below. But it was to try and get Sauron to use his might so that he couldn't do it if I managed to get him down 5 wounds, because of course if he can might his 1 ring roll, then he is going to be pretty indestructible for at least 3 times of trying to kill him. But in the meantime, you of course wanted to get your spells off.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a relentless advance at you, really. Just keep casting, transfixing, charging. I had so many advantages over the Gilgalad profile. It just, I didn't have anything to lose really by just going at you.
Absolutely. So for Gilgalad to win that, he is going to have to get those roll-offs going in his way quite heavily. You know, I think in some ways the size of the arena doesn't disadvantage Gilgalad really, because he is able to get his charges in. He can pick when he gets those charges in for absolute sure, but at the same time he doesn't want to hang back too much.
No.
But, you know, like in round 2 there, he doesn't want to hang back. He does want to get a little bit closer, because he doesn't want to be at the mercy of a Sauron at range, even just chucking out some of the chill auras and trying to get wounds that way. So it was an epic matchup. It was a brave stand, particularly in round 1 from Gilgalad, but it went the way that we probably predicted it would go. But we do want to see your ideas for more matchups in Brawlin at Barliman's. What do they need to do?
Comment below, give us your examples of what you want to see, because I mean, we want to do them all, don't we?
We certainly do, we certainly want to do, and they've been great fun so far. Also guys, if you really like the standard of what you're seeing with the production value of these videos, of course it does take a little bit more time, so do support your GBHL channel host by checking out the Hotcakes Gaming Patreon. You can see the links in the video description below. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your hosts in the links below.
Check out our Facebook page and our Twitter.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.